How's it going, guys? I'm going to be teaching you today how to rip anything that you will ever need from essentially any Unity game possible. Now, before we get into it, there is a little bit of a disclaimer when it comes to Unity games, and that there are, to my knowledge, two types of Unity games. There might be more than just two types, but for the first one, it would be what we're going to call a base Unity game, and it's just going to be from Steam, such as Risk of Rain, your base Unity game. But there is a different type of Unity game, which it comes from an APK file, and that is a little bit more of a complicated process, especially if you're trying to rip 100% of the game. So for right now, we're going to be only doing base Unity. So if you come for APKs, just hold on until next time, really. But first things to do is, I'm going to have this linked into the description, is download this tool. You're going to want to get the Net 8.0 version. You're going to just download that, extract it, and then this is what the file is going to look like in there when you get it. You're going to see an Asset Studio GUI. You're going to just click on that. We'll double click it really. Wait for it to load up. And then from there, go over to your Steam, go to your game of choice. Again, has to be Unity Engine. If it not, I don't think this will work. I haven't tested every game, but I'm sure there are like a couple. But go to browse local files on the game, and then we're going to get into this little nitty gritty here. So when it comes to these files, the game itself won't do anything. So try as you may, it won't work. You need to, at the best of your intuition, because they all have different naming schemes for their files, but to the best of your intuition, find the file that holds all of the game data, like animations, math, and of course the models. And with that said, you're going to be seeing it try to load all of this up. We're going to fast forward this part because it does take a little bit, especially on a first load. Sweet, so after you dragged and dropped it into the application and loaded it all up, I'm going to teach you how to use this real quick. So there's two different tabs that you're going to be kind of going back and forth to. There's a scene hierarchy, which is pretty much how you're going to, download anything that you do find that you do want to have. But, it's just going to be files upon files of expanding and unexpanding. So yeah, we're not going to be doing that. And instead, we're just going to show you how to search for it. So go to Asset List, which is your second tab. And here, let's say you're doing a character. Well, at least in this tutorial, we're going to be going over a character rip. So most games don't have the file name for a character to be mirrored to the actual in-game character. So you're going to need to use a little bit of your intuition on finding that if it's the case. But for the meanwhile, that is not the case for this game. And we will be doing bandit. And to narrow our search a little bit more, we're going to go over to filter type, and we're going to select the mesh. And that narrowed it down to just a couple of meshes. Of course, the guy has multiple skins, so this is really pulling up all of his skins along with all of his models to all of the skins. But for this one, we'll just be doing Colossus. Mesh bandit body Colossus. So when you find the model that you want, you're going to right click and you're going to go to scene hierarchy. It's going to bring you back to the scene hierarchy, but it's going to expand it all to just show you exactly where it's at. I do want to give a little bit of a disclaimer on the armature. You will see it in multiple games. Obviously, that's how animations just go through. This tool is not perfect. Sometimes the armature will be all bugged. So you might just want to go over to like some third-party Blender site to generate your own type of rig for a character if you're trying to do animation for it. But after you've selected your character, you will go to export, you're going to go to model, and there's two different ways to do this. So if you want to have a more in-depth for each file type, you can go to export the selected objects split, and since it will have the accessories, the body, the arms, and the hat, it's going to split all of them into its own individual files, and then you can do what you want with that. For the sake of this tutorial, we're going to skip to just merging them all. It's all just going to be one file, all of them together. And we have to give it a file play. So on the desktop, we'll just say, create a new file here. for video. Go in there. Just put them in there. Okay, and an auto pops up for us. How nice. Now, it is the time to go over to Blender. Load this up real quick. And then it is as simple as just taking the file, dragging and dropping it, go and import. And then they are very small every time. This is 100% what it does. I don't know why. All you need to do to get rid of that is just to click this thing that spawns in. Not really too sure what that's called. Delete it, and now he's true size again. Armature's still there, so don't worry about any of the deletes. But we are just going to get rid of the armature because we're only focused on ripping. I don't really care too much for animation. We are going to merge all of these as well, just to make it a bit better on us, get them upright and proper. Okay, now we got to get into the colors, because sometimes the ripper actually rips the colors and it will dump it into the file and you'll see it all under it. This one obviously didn't, so we got to go search for those manually. Again, sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. So we did, what did we do? We did Bandit Alt Colossus. So a really quick hack would be to copy the text, paste it, go to filter type, unclick the mesh because we already got the mesh, and go into texture 2D. Click that one. Maybe we got to do a little bit of a weirder search. Colossus. Copy that text, paste, and then just get rid of weapon. Yep, here it is. So this is essentially what you're looking for. Something that looks like this. But they all have, there's a couple different naming schemes, and when we get into the APK, because I have an example that will use different naming schemes, we'll save it for the APK video. For this one, diffuse is pretty much the default of what you will always forever need, ever. So export that into the desktop for videos. We're skipping the weapon because we don't have the weapon. We will get the emissive because it is a part of the model. Get that in. And where there's always a diffuse, there's always a normal. And there's possibly a file called an albedo. But if no albedo, no problem. Sometimes you'll see a word set called masso, and that's essentially just your diffuse as well. So we're going to be pulling this and then putting it in there. All right, so now that we have all the colors, split this up. So pull out the file that you just extracted all of those colors in, and you just simply drag and drop. There they are. Diffuse will always be your base color. So just boom, right in there. Keep it sRGB. Keeps the colors good. The emissive, this is a rarity. That's only if your character has any glows on him. But he does. He has the eyes, his little chest, and around the collar area. Keep it sRGB, because why not? It is color, it's glows, whatnot. Normal, plug it into the normal map. And it does look a little weird. But what normals essentially are is to give this texture. See, we unplug this and it's all smooth. Give it his little texture back. Always put non-color on your normals, just to make it a bit better. And play with it. So, as you can see, he has like a little bit of a negative effect on him. We don't want that. Obviously, he doesn't look like that in the game. A reason for this is because roughness is not exactly where it should be. I normally max out the roughness. Makes him a little bit more in-game accurate looking. And though he doesn't look terrible right now with that one, I did tinker with this earlier, trying to script it out for myself, and I did 0.5. And he still has the texture and doesn't look so negative effect-y. But that is also going to change because we are going to import some lighting to make it a little bit more accurate. So we're going to go over to shading. Going to select the world. We're We're going to get an environment texture. This is called an HDRI. Not sure if Joey made an HDRI video yet, but we're going to be putting in an HDRI at the moment. So HDR. Just a basic one, just a simple one, nothing too fancy about it. I'm going to go back over to layout. And we're going to go into the full render view. As you can see, came out pretty accurate this time. He's got his textures, he's got his colors, looks pretty good, fully ripped. Didn't take too long now, did it? Well, that's going to be all for this tutorial. If you guys liked it, hit a like, subscribe, take care, and peace.